My dear friends, I'm thrilled to be here with you today to share some profound insights that have the power to transform your life in ways you might never have imagined. We're going to embark on a journey together, a journey of self-discovery and awakening to your true divine nature. You see, each one of us is born with an incredible gift, the gift of our own divinity. But so often, we forget this truth. We get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, in our worries and fears, in the opinions of others, and we lose sight of who we really are. Today, I want to remind you of your true essence. I want to help you reconnect with that divine spark within you, that wellspring of infinite potential that is your birthright. And I'm going to share with you a powerful practice that can help you tap into this innate wisdom and power on a daily basis. This practice is centered around two simple yet profound words. I am. Now you might be thinking, Wayne, how can two little words make such a big difference? Well, let me tell you, these aren't just any words. They're a direct connection to the source of all creation. In many spiritual traditions, I am is considered to be the name of God. It's the purest expression of being, of existence itself. When Moses asked God for his name, the response was, I am that I am. This wasn't just a cryptic answer. It was a revelation of the very nature of the divine. And here's the beautiful truth I want you to embrace. This divine I am isn't something separate from you. It's the very essence of who you are. You are an expression of this divine I am, a unique and beautiful manifestation of the universal consciousness that permeates all of existence. Now, I know this might sound a bit abstract or philosophical, so let me break it down in practical terms. How can understanding this truth and working with the power of I am actually change your life? First and foremost, it shifts your entire perspective on who you are and what you're capable of. When you truly internalize that you are an expression of the divine, that the power that created the universe flows through you, it changes everything. Suddenly, those limiting beliefs that have held you back start to dissolve. Those negative self-talk patterns begin to lose their grip. You see, most of us have been conditioned from an early age to think of ourselves as limited, flawed beings. We've internalized messages from our families, our schools, our societies that tell us we're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. And we've accepted these messages as truth. But when you connect with your divine I am, you begin to see through the illusion of these limiting beliefs. You realize that your true self is unlimited, unbounded, and inherently worthy. You are, in essence, a piece of the divine having a human experience. Now, this doesn't mean that you won't face challenges or that life will suddenly become perfect. But it does mean that you'll approach those challenges from a completely different perspective. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or victimized by circumstances, you'll recognize that you have within you the power to overcome any obstacle, to create any reality you desire. Let me share with you a powerful practice that can help you tap into this divine I am on a daily basis. It's a form of meditation that I've been using for years, and I've seen it work wonders not only in my own life, but in the lives of countless others who have embraced it. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed for at least 15, 20 minutes. Comfortably close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Now, bring your attention to the phrase I am. Just let those two words float in your mind. As you sit with I am, you might notice thoughts arising. Judgments, worries, plans for the day. That's perfectly normal. Just gently acknowledge these thoughts and let them pass, bringing your attention back to I am. After a few minutes of this, you can begin to add qualities or states of being after I am. But here's the key. Choose qualities that align with your highest self, with the divine within you. For example, I am peace, I am love, I am abundance, I am joy. As you say these phrases to yourself, don't just repeat them mechanically. Really feel them. Imagine what it would be like to fully embody these qualities. If you're saying, I am peace, feel yourself becoming the very embodiment of peace. Let that feeling of deep, unshakable peace permeate every cell of your body. Now, you might be thinking, but Wayne, what if I don't feel peaceful or loving or abundant? Isn't this just denying reality? And that's a great question. The truth is, you're not denying your current experience. You're affirming a deeper truth about your essential nature. You see, peace, love, joy, these aren't just fleeting emotions or states that depend on external circumstances. They're qualities of your true self, your divine nature. When you say, I am peace, you're not trying to force yourself to feel peaceful. You're reminding yourself that at your core, beyond all the temporary thoughts and emotions, you are peace itself. As you practice this meditation regularly, you'll start to notice some profound shifts. You might find that you're naturally more calm and centered throughout your day. You might notice that you're more resilient in the face of challenges. You might find yourself spontaneously expressing more love and compassion towards others. But perhaps the most significant change is in how you see yourself. As you continually affirm your divine nature through this practice, you'll start to shed those old, limiting beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of. You'll begin to recognize your own innate worthiness, not because of anything you've achieved or accomplished, but simply because of who you are, a divine expression of the universal I am. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when I share this practice. Some people worry that focusing on I am in this way might be selfish or egotistical. They fear it might lead to narcissism or self-centeredness, but nothing could be further from the truth. When you truly connect with the divine I am, you're not inflating your ego, you're transcending it. You're recognizing that the I and I am is not your limited personal self, but the universal self that we all share. It's the same I that shines through every being, the same consciousness that animates all of life. As you deepen in this practice, you'll likely find that it naturally leads to greater compassion and connection with others. Because when you recognize the divine within yourself, you can't help but see it in others as well. Your sense of I am expands to include all of creation. Let me share a personal story to illustrate this. Years ago, I was going through a particularly challenging time in my life. I was dealing with some health issues, I was struggling financially, and I was feeling disconnected from my purpose. I felt like I was constantly fighting against life, trying to force things to go my way. It was during this time that I really deepened my I am practice. Every morning and every evening, I would sit in meditation, connecting with that divine presence within me. At first, it felt almost laughable to affirm I am health when I was feeling sick, or I am abundance when I was worried about paying my bills. But I persisted, and gradually I started to notice shifts, not necessarily in my external circumstances at first, but in how I was relating to those circumstances. I found myself feeling more at peace, even when things weren't going as I thought they. I found myself naturally making healthier choices, not out of discipline or fear, but out of a deep sense of self-love and respect for the divine within me. And then, almost imperceptibly at first, my external reality started to shift as well. My health began to improve. New opportunities for income started to appear. I felt a renewed sense of purpose and direction in my work. But here's what really struck me. As I connected more deeply with my own divine nature, I found myself feeling a greater sense of connection with everyone and everything around me. I felt a deep love and compassion for others that I had never experienced before. I realized that in recognizing my own divinity, I was recognizing the divinity in all of life. This is the true power of the I am practice. It's not just about improving your individual life, although that certainly happens. It's about awakening to your true nature, and in doing so, awakening to the interconnectedness of all life. Well, I want to address another question that often comes up. Wayne, how long do I need to do this before I see results? And my answer is always the same. The results begin the moment you start the practice. The very act of aligning yourself with the divine I am is itself a profound shift. But if you're looking for external changes, be patient with yourself and with the process. Remember, you're not trying to force or manipulate the universe. You're aligning yourself with it, allowing your true nature to express itself more fully in your life. Some people see dramatic changes within days or weeks. For others, the transformation is more subtle and gradual. The key is to do the practice without attachment to the outcome. Trust that as you align with your true self, everything in your life will naturally come into harmony. As you continue with this practice, you may find that your desires themselves begin to shift. What once seemed vitally important may fall away, replaced by deeper, more meaningful aspirations. This is all part of the process. You're not just changing your circumstances. You're transforming your very being. Now, let me share a little secret with you. The power of I am isn't limited to your meditation practice. You can carry it with you throughout your day. Be mindful of how you complete the phrase I am in your everyday thoughts and speech. Instead of saying, I am tired, try I am vitality. Instead of I am stressed, say I am calm. Instead of I am lacking, affirm I am abundant. Remember, the universe doesn't judge your words. It simply responds to them. So choose words that align with your highest vision for yourself. This doesn't mean denying your current reality or suppressing your emotions. If you're feeling sad or angry, acknowledge those feelings. But then choose to align with a higher truth. You might say, I am experiencing sadness right now, and I am also eternal, divine consciousness that transcends all temporary emotions. As you make this a habit, you'll find your default state shifting. You'll naturally begin to embody more of the qualities you've been affirming. Your I am statements become self-fulfilling prophecies. Now, I want to talk about something that's closely related to the I am practice, and that's the power of your imagination. You see, your imagination is not just a fantasy factory. It's a powerful tool for creating your reality. When you combine your I am statements with vivid imagination, you create a potent force for transformation. As you sit in your I am meditation, don't just repeat the words. Really imagine what it would feel like to fully embody those qualities. If you're saying, I am abundance, imagine yourself surrounded by abundance in all areas of your life. See yourself easily meeting all your financial needs and having plenty left over to share with others. Feel the sense of security and freedom that comes with true abundance. If you're affirming, I am love, imagine love flowing through you and touching everyone you meet. See yourself responding with love even in challenging situations. Feel the warmth and expansion in your heart as you embody divine love. This practice of imaginative visualization sends a powerful message to your subconscious mind and to the universe. It's like placing an order with the cosmic catalog. You're not just wishing for these qualities, you're claiming them as your divine birthright. Remember, the universe doesn't distinguish between what you're imagining vividly and what's happening in physical reality. Your subconscious mind accepts these vivid imaginings as real experiences. So when you consistently imagine yourself embodying these divine qualities, you're literally rewiring your brain and reconfiguring your energy field to align with these new patterns. Now, I want to address a concern that sometimes comes up when I talk about these practices. Some people worry that focusing on their own divinity or on manifesting their desires might be somehow selfish or spiritually immature. They've been taught that spirituality is about self-sacrifice and denying their own needs and desires. But I want to challenge that notion. Your desires, your dreams, the longings of your heart, these aren't random or meaningless. They're divinely inspired. They're how the universe seeks to express itself through you in a unique and beautiful way. When you honor your desires and seek to manifest them from a place of alignment with your divine self, you're not being selfish. You're fulfilling your divine purpose. You're allowing yourself to become a clearer channel for the creative power of the universe to flow through. And here's the beautiful paradox. When you fill up by aligning with your divine nature and manifesting your heart's desires, you have so much more to give to others. You become a beacon of light, inspiring others to connect with their own divinity. Your joy, your abundance, your love naturally overflows to bless those around you. The importance of service. As you deepen in your I am practice and connect more fully with your divine nature, you'll likely find that you naturally feel called to be of service to others and to the world. This doesn't necessarily mean you need to quit your job and join a charity, although it might if that's what your heart is calling you to. It simply means that you begin to see every interaction, every task, every role in your life as an opportunity to express your divine nature and to add value to the world. Maybe you're a teacher, and you start to see your role, not just as imparting information, but as recognizing and nurturing the divine spark in each of your students. Maybe you're a business person, and you start to view your work as a way to create products or services that genuinely improve people's lives. Maybe you're a parent, and you begin to approach your parenting as a sacred task of guiding divine beings on their earthly journey. Whatever your life situation, when you're aligned with your divine I am, you naturally become a force for good in the world. You don't have to try to be a good person. Goodness simply flows through you as a natural expression of your true nature. Now, I want to talk about something that's vitally important in this work of aligning with your divine self, and that's self-love. You see, many of us have been conditioned to be hard on ourselves, to criticize ourselves, to withhold love from ourselves until we meet some external standard of worthiness. But here's the truth. You are worthy of love right now exactly as you are, not because of anything you've done or accomplished, but simply because you exist. You are a unique expression of the divine, and that alone makes you infinitely valuable and lovable. Practicing self-love is not selfish or indulgent. It's a crucial part of aligning with your divine nature. Because how can you fully express the divine qualities of love, compassion, and joy if you're constantly judging and criticizing yourself? So I encourage you to make self-love a daily practice. You might start your day by looking in the mirror and saying, I am love, I am worthy, I am enough. You might take time each day to appreciate your body, your mind, your unique gifts and qualities. You might practice forgiving yourself for past mistakes, recognizing that those mistakes were necessary steps on your journey of growth and awakening. As you cultivate this self-love, you'll find that it becomes easier to love others. Because when you truly love yourself, you no longer need others to fill a void or validate your worth. You can love freely and unconditionally without expectation or attachment. Now, I want to address something that often comes up as people begin to awaken to their divine nature and practice these principles. And that's the question of how to deal with negative emotions, challenging circumstances, or people who seem to be obstacles on your path. First, let's talk about emotions. It's important to understand that awakening to your divine nature doesn't mean you'll never feel negative emotions. You're a human being having a human experience, and that experience includes the full spectrum of emotions. The difference is in how you relate to these emotions. When you're grounded in your divine I am, you can experience sadness, anger, fear without being overwhelmed by them. You recognize that these emotions are temporary waves on the surface of your being, not the depths of who you are. So when challenging emotions arise, don't resist them or judge yourself for having them. Instead, bring your loving awareness to them. You might say, I am experiencing anger right now, and I am also the calm awareness that notices this anger. This simple practice helps you to disidentify from the emotion while still honoring your human experience. As for challenging circumstances or difficult people, remember this. Everything in your experience is an opportunity for growth and awakening. When you're faced with a challenge, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try asking, what is this situation here to teach me? How can I use this as an opportunity to express my divine nature more fully? Maybe a financial setback is an opportunity to deepen your trust in the abundant nature of the universe. Maybe a conflict with a coworker is an opportunity to practice compassion and understanding. Maybe an illness is an invitation to listen more closely to your body and prioritize self. When it comes to difficult people, remember that they too are divine beings, even if they're not aware of it or expressing it in the moment. Their behavior is often a reflection of their own pain, fear, or disconnection from their truth. This doesn't mean you need to tolerate abuse or disrespect, but it does mean you can approach these interactions with compassion and wisdom rather than reactivity. You might find it helpful to silently affirm, I am seeing the divine in this person, even if they can't see it in themselves right now. This simple practice can dramatically shift the energy of your interactions and often leads to surprising breakthroughs in relationships. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of aligning with your divine nature, and that's letting go of the need to control everything. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that if we just try hard enough, plan carefully enough, we can control the outcomes in our lives. But the truth is, there's so much that's beyond our control. When you're aligned with your divine I am, you begin to trust in the flow of life. You recognize that the universe has a greater plan and purpose than your limited ego mind can comprehend. This doesn't mean you become passive or stop setting goals. It means you learn to co-create with the universe, to align your intentions with the greater flow of life. It's like the difference between trying to row a boat upstream, constantly fighting against the current, and learning to sail, harnessing the wind and current to take you where you need to go. When you're aligned with your divine self, you become a master sailor in the sea of life. This requires developing a deep trust in the universe, a trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good, even when it doesn't look that way on the surface. It means being willing to surrender your limited plans and timelines to a higher wisdom. One practice I find helpful for cultivating this trust is to affirm, I am divinely guided and protected at all times. Repeat this to yourself whenever you feel anxious or uncertain about the future. Let it sink deep into your being until you feel it in your bones. Another powerful practice is to end each day by expressing gratitude for everything that happened, both the experiences you label as good and those you might label as bad. Thank the universe for the lessons, the growth opportunities, the unexpected blessings. This practice helps you to see the divine perfection in all of life's unfolding. Now, I want to talk about something that's absolutely crucial in this journey of awakening to your divine nature, and that's the power of your thoughts. Your thoughts are not just passive observations of reality. They are creative forces that shape your experience of reality. Every thought you think sends out a vibration into the universe. So the vibrations you send out attract experiences that match those vibrations. This is why it's so important to be mindful of your habitual thought patterns. Are you constantly focusing on what's wrong in your life? What's missing? What you're afraid might happen? If so, you're likely to attract more experiences that reinforce those negative patterns. On the other hand, if you're consistently focusing on what you're grateful for, what's working well, what you're excited about creating, you'll attract more experiences that align with those positive vibrations. This is where your I am practice becomes so powerful. When you consistently affirm, I am peace, I am love, I am abundance, you're sending out high-frequency vibrations that attract experiences that match those states of being. It's not enough to just say the words. You need to feel the reality of what you're affirming. When you say, I am abundance, really feel what it's like to be abundant. Feel the sense of security, the joy of having more than enough, the pleasure of being able to share freely with others. This might take some practice, especially if you've been habitually focusing on lack or limitation. But remember, you're not trying to deny your current reality. You're choosing to align with a deeper truth about your divine nature and the abundant nature of the universe. One practice I find helpful is to act as if. Throughout your day, ask yourself, how would I act if I truly believed I was divine love incarnate? How would I carry myself if I knew I was abundance personified? What choices would I make if I realized I was infinite potential in human form? Then, to the best of your ability, act from that place. Make choices from that expanded sense of self. You'll likely find that this practice not only feels good in the moment, but it actually begins to shift your external reality to match your internal. Now, I want to address something that often comes up as people begin to awaken to their divine nature and work with these principles. And that's the fear of losing their individuality or their human identity. Some people worry that if they fully embrace their divine nature, they'll somehow lose their personality, their unique quirks and traits, their human desires and passions, but nothing could be further from the truth. Awakening to your divine nature doesn't mean erasing your human self. It means allowing your human self to become a clearer, more authentic expression of your divine essence. It's like the difference between muddy water and clear water. The mud doesn't disappear. It settles, allowing the true clarity and purity of the water to shine through. As you align more fully with your divine I am, you'll likely find that your true personality actually emerges more fully. You'll feel more authentically yourself than ever before. You'll be less bound by social conditioning and others' expectations, and more in tune with your own inner truth and unique way of expressing the divine. Your desires and passions don't disappear. They become clarified and aligned with your highest good and the highest good of all. You might find that some old desires fall away, replaced by deeper, more fulfilling aspirations. But this is a natural evolution, not a loss. Remember, you are a unique expression of the divine. There has never been and will never be another you. Your particular combination of traits, experiences, gifts, and even challenges is completely unique. And it's through this unique human vessel that the divine seeks to express itself in a way that's never been done before. So embrace your humanity. Enjoy the full range of human experiences. Laugh, cry, dance, create, love. Allow yourself to feel deeply, to care passionately, to live fully. This is not separate from your spiritual path. It is your spiritual path. Your task is not to transcend your humanity, but to infuse it with the light of your divine awareness. To allow your human self to become a clear, joyful, authentic expression of your divine nature. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. This journey of awakening to your divine nature is not a destination you reach once and for all. It's an ongoing process, a moment-by-moment choice to align with your highest self. There will be times when you forget, when you get caught up in old patterns or limiting beliefs. That's okay. It's part of the human experience. The key is to gently and lovingly bring yourself back to the truth of who you are. Each time you choose love over fear. Each time you respond with compassion instead of judgment. Each time you affirm your divine nature despite appearances to the contrary. You're strengthening your connection to your true self. You're clearing away the clouds that obscure the radiant sun of your being. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. The entire universe is conspiring to support your awakening. Every experience, every encounter, every challenge is an opportunity to remember and express your divine nature more fully. So I encourage you to embrace this practice of aligning with your divine I am with an open heart and mind. Make it a daily habit to affirm your true nature. Let it infuse every aspect of your life, your relationships, your work, your creative endeavors, your quiet moments alone. And above all, be patient and loving with yourself in this process. This is not about achieving some future state of perfection. It's about recognizing the perfection that's already there at your core, allowing it to shine more brightly in your life. You are beautiful, divine expression of the universal I am. You are love, you are peace, you are abundance, you are joy. Go forth and let your light shine, knowing that as you do, you inspire others to recognize and express their own divine nature. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of your divine self. May your journey be filled with joy, love, and the thrill of discovering the infinite potential within you. Remember, you are the light of the world. Shine brightly, my friends.